Let's do it. The Mood Lounge Show, dropping crazy knowledge on the minds with your hosts, Pedge Tattoos and partner in crime, Marco.
Hey, welcome to the Mood Lounge Show. I'm your host once again, Pedge Tattoos.
I'm your co-host once again, Marco with a K.
Today we have a very, very special guest with us. Our first ever interview. We're going to talk some stories from the street, a little crime, if you know what I'm talking about. We got over here John the Poet Thornton, the White Scarface.
I'm not doing...
Welcome to the show.
What the fuck?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
No.
Go with them. So, John, tell us a little bit about yourself, early childhood, and then when you started getting involved in some crime. So, break it down when you first started. When was your first, dive into the crime world?
I have no idea, man. I would have to say at 17,
okay,
when I got involved in the life. I'm just like you. We have the same childhood, actually.
Right. So you came from a broken household.
Correct. We have
this.
Me and you are really the same person.
Got you.
You know, you look more gangster than me.
Yeah,
of course. He does, right?
Definitely. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, looks are one thing, experience is another. But you two have had like the same exact. I wouldn't say 100% the same exact experience, but you have like a similar lifestyle.
But don't take away
it's
credit from yourself. Yeah, you don't look the gangster.
You don't look it, but that's even more. That's still dangerous. That's still dangerous, though.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of dudes that I knew that were like white collar and this and that, but when it came down to doing dirt. Yo, in a blink of an eye, man, they pull that trigger. They do what they have to do. So,
yep, and that's what people don't realize about this life.
Yeah,
is you can look a certain part, you know,
and you could be the softest bitch,
right?
You know,
right?
For real,
absolutely,
and vice versa.
But people like us, like me, I would clean your fucking clock. That's horrible.
So, for all you people out there, he likes to clean watches.
Yeah, I like to clean your watch. I will clean your watch.
Yeah. He is a clockmaker.
But
let me ask you, what was your first ever crime that you committed?
Cultivating marijuana.
Cool. And this was all done in the Florida area.
Yes. Huh? Yeah, Central Florida.
So you grew up in St. Pete.
Correct.
And you kind of like got your feet wet in Tampa, St. Pete.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
So
that was Ybor City, right? Or were you moving out to Ybor City?
No, that was St. Pete, man.
Okay, I know it was St. Pete.
On,
I watched your previous interview. I heard you mention about St. Pete, Ybor City and everything.
Yeah. So. What'd you like about my first interview, Marco?
You.
What'd you like about me?
Your character, I'm saying.
What'd you like about
right now? That he cleans clocks and that he's just questioning me constantly. So that's what I like. Yeah, tits or ass?
Tits.
Okay.
Small.
Okay. This is absolutely going nowhere near crime, except if it's a crime to grab some woman's breasts, which it is. So,
the fuck.
Yes. Yeah. So anyway, let me ask you: when you did your first, let's say, major thing, that was your thing, not just saying that you were doing something with somebody, or whatever. When you did your major first, like, score or whatever, what was that feeling like? Because I know coming from me, my first time I ever boosted a car is just that thrill. Nobody could understand that. And that's why I'm asking a guy that was...
It was unreal. Can you imagine the first time you got pussy?
Yeah. Say, you know what? That's a great fucking analogy.
A good analogy?
That's a really great analogy.
It's the greatest feeling in the fucking world.
Yeah, it's addictive, bro.
Addictive.
Yeah.
We had that. You and I...
Yeah.
Oh, my God, man. It was the most... wonderful feeling in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I controlled Tampa.
Wow.
Period.
Wow. And at what age
17
did you control Tampa? At 17?
17.
Wow, bro.
Yeah.
So what was your gig at that time? You said you were doing cultivating marijuana.
Yeah, I was growing marijuana at the time. I was a DJ as well.
Yeah, there you go. Same like me. We walk in the same footsteps. I was a DJ for a bit too.
Yeah, there you go. He was a horrible DJ.
No, I was not. I was very well known. I was very well known. I was good. Yes.
What was your DJ name?
I had two DJ names.
Well, I want to hear both.
My first one was DJ Paulie Casanova.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Dude, this was the 80s, man.
Yeah. That's your dad, bro.
For the time.
Really? That's your fucking dad, bro.
And then I just ended up being DJ Pedge, and everybody liked that more because they're like, well, who the fuck is Paulie Casanova? You know what I'm saying?
Both horrible.
Nah, it's good. It's good, bro. In the 80s, that was fucking, it was it, trying to be trying to be like
for the time period. It was if you try that now, I don't know. Like
fuck no,
people would go.
Hell no,
it wouldn't go. It wouldn't go.
I don't know.
But when did you start getting involved with coke, with blow, with the Devil's Dandruff?
Yeah. The Devil's.
You like that, right? Booger sugar. When did you get fucking popular with booger sugar?
That's fucking awesome. I never heard that before.
Oh yeah, we got a lot.
That is fucking great.
That's actually a Pittsburgh saying.
Yeah, like it was through a stripper.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a bean guy, man. I controlled the beans in Tampa.
If anybody's wondering what beans are, that's just like
ecstasy. Yeah, of course. But yeah, through a stripper named Nicole.
Wow.
She was a cokehead. She was asking me about coke. I didn't know anything about coke.
Right.
I called my guy, and that's what my guy did was coke. So, yeah, it was off to the races on that, and I made a lot of fucking money.
So what'd you start with? You started with, let's say, an ounce, 2 ounces?
Yeah.
And then just worked your way from there. Just
5 kilos a week.
Whoa, that's some big fucking weight, bro.
Yeah.
Insane, man.
Making some pretty crazy moves.
Yeah, a little crazy.
So
a little.
You know what cracks me up? What cracks me up is I'm here 9 years, and I used to come down here like since Marco was a baby. I had a condo on CS.
This guy was a little baby.
Yeah, he was a little young.
You were a little baby.
Little young,
little roly poly. And I used to bring him here and take him to Orlando, this, that, the other thing. And I had this condo on Siesta Key.
Right.
And being in Florida, I would assume that the blow was phenomenal.
Correct.
Being a hop, skip, and a jump from Miami, the blow is shit.
Right.
It was just so heavily cut. It was nasty.
Right.
So when you started doing the blow, you started going through a stripper. Did you start, starting to say, hey, I want to spread my wings a little bit? And you started taking more clubs over and so on and so forth?
Of course,
Did you get any, fucking flack from people? Because I know it's... Nobody. You just took over cold hard, huh?
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah. Bro. But when I got to New York, as you know, because you're a New York guy.
Yeah.
When I got into the New York world, I had to ask permission to do that. And I'm like, I'm fucking poet, baby. I don't have to ask for permission for no one. I mean, what the fuck is this?
Well, I would just think, being in that life, that that's a kind of like a given. But then again, yes, you were on that high horse, and you were in control of Tampa.
Correct.
So, yes, having that mentality. And how old were you when you went to New York?
I was 23.
23, yeah. So you were young, dumb, and full of cum.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was dealing with mop guys.
Yeah.
I mean, you were a fucking mop guy,
Yeah, I mean, I was associated with the Bananos and mostly with the Gambinos at the end.
Right.
But I was also with the Yaks, the Yugoslavian, Albanian, Croatian, and Serbians.
Yeah. So. And you have to understand, I didn't know anything about mob. I didn't know what mob is. So now I got to go to fucking New York and ask for permission? What the fuck is that?
So let me ask you, how did that story come about? So you went to New York, you trying to push pills?
Pills and cocaine.
Pills and cocaine.
Right. Yeah.
Now, your connection is still with the cocaine in Florida?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but now my homeboy, he was running a couple of clubs in New York.
Right.
But they were mob owned.
Right.
So we had to pay tribute, pay respect to these guys. I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know anything about paying respect or paying tribute to any fucking guy. I'm fucking John Poet. Yeah. You pay respect to me, fuck these guys. But no. I mean, as you know, you gotta show respect. And
see, me growing up in New York, I kind of already seen that, and I knew that was what's going to happen. So when later on in life we went, let's say, outside of New York, we went to Chicago, we went to L.A., whatever. I already knew to look for whoever and pay tribute. And they kind of looked at me like, yo, what the fuck's up with that? I'm like, I'm just trying to show respect. I'm in your neck of the woods.
Yep.
I don't want to ruffle fucking feathers.
Right.
They kind of like that about me.
Yeah,
that's why I was the go-to guy. Everything I did, I was the go-to guy.
Yep.
But with you, so you went into a club. How did you get approached?
My guy Sam. I had a guy Sam that was dealing with me here back in Tampa. He moved to New York.
Got you.
And he was in the play in New York. So that's how they approached me.
Right.
Is that they see the numbers of what I could produce.
Right.
And they wanted to have a sit down with me. That's the original fucking card. That's what I gave your son, man, as a tribute, as a respect for you guys.
Right.
We appreciate.
I appreciate that, man. I really do.
Man.
It means a lot. Yeah. So you got approached. You got taken in.
Yep.
You did what you had to do. So how many years were you pushing in New York? 3 years. Okay. Were you also going back and forth to Florida, or
Yeah, of course, because I own Florida.
Right.
I mean, Florida was my town.
So look,
New York was another world for me.
so
I owned Alabama at that time, and I owned Shreveport, Louisiana.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, how many? Let's say, was 70% of Tampa by you?
No, 90%.
90%. That's why he got the fucking, moniker.
Yeah.
There you go.
The white Tony Montana, right?
Yeah, fuck you.
Hey, listen, I'm just telling you from the other shows. I like that.
Your dad, bro.
Yeah,
What?
right. It is what it is. But, okay, so take me a little bit, further in life. Did you get into any other shit?
Whoa.
I mean, you don't have to answer. Look, one G to another G, we recognize.
Right.
But, so your game was just pills, coke,
Yeah.
weed?
What was
ecstasy, cocaine.
Gotcha.
What was your hardest thing to move exactly? Because I know. I'm just saying, like, was it weed or was it X or was it coke?
Weed's easy to move.
Yeah, weed's easy to move, but like, was the X harder or was the coke hard?
Nothing was harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put alcohol
Everything.
in the mix, and it's just fucking
Everything's
Uh,
pretty much.
I sold a lot of cocaine, man.
I can imagine, bro.
I'm the white Tony Montana, baby.
Dude,
I know that.
Like,
I'm just saying, was it difficult?
5 keys a week? That's some insane shit, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I know some guys in New York that were pushing a lot, but
Yeah.
they were like fucking next level shit, man. They were like mixed with cartel and whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But have you ever dealt with the Dominicans?
No.
Never, huh?
No.
Cubans?
No.
Colombians?
No.
So who were you getting your fucking? Well, who was your source? What nationality?
Can't tell you.
You can tell me a nationality.
I can't tell you nothing.
You can't tell me it's Chinese. You can't
No.
tell me. No. Huh?
I'm not going to.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Well, we ain't gonna touch that no more. It's gonna be like a hot pile of shit. So I don't want to touch shit.
Yeah, I got it from this guy named.
Don't tell me the name. I don't need to know no fucking names.
It starts with a P.
Yeah, not Pet.
Okay,
That
yeah.
ain't happening, bro.
You're gonna point fingers at him.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it from that guy.
So okay, so give me a time frame. What year were you in New York? Like between the 2000s or early 2000s?
Yeah. From 2005 to 2007.
Wow. Insane,
Yeah,
bro.
and I got the pass from the Italian guys
Right,
that were running the clubs.
Yeah.
Because that's how it works, bro.
Right.
The Italians run the clubs out there. I don't give a fuck who you are, what you're about.
Right.
The Italian mob runs the clubs.
Right.
If you want to run anything in them clubs, you got to get permission.
Yeah,
That's how it works.
I can vouch for that's 100% true. Even when I had my bar, if my bar wasn't
Right.
associated with the Bonanno crime family, hence because
Yeah.
the building was owned by the Bonannos, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
If I, dude, any ounce of product,
Yeah.
I got to get it. I have to get approval,
Of course.
and that's where you have that.
That card
cool, bro.
That's
right
where
there.
I got approval.
Yeah.
And you have it now.
That's
Yep.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really appreciate that because
Yeah.
every piece of nostalgia, man, is
Yeah,
just
man.
like,
Any piece of memorabilia, regardless,
Yeah,
like
dude,
that's
He owns it
like-
now. He's gonna probably fucking sell it on eBay.
No,
For
he
what?
won't.
No,
This
for
fucking
what?
Kid.
For
This
what?
fucking kid.
Maybe if you autographed it, I'm joking.
I'll
No.
fucking autograph.
There
it,
you
but
go.
don't
We got him
fucking
to
sell
sign
it.
it. Yeah. Yes.
Sir.
But no,
We're
no.
gonna get him
Well,
to sign
that-
by the
look,
end of the
okay.
day.
That's what people don't realize is
Yeah.
New York. You got to get permission.
Of course.
You got to get permission, man. You can't just walk
It's a
in
very
there.
it's
So-
a very territorial place.
So let me
Yes.
ask you: Did you ever have a run-in with Johnny A. Light or
No.
anybody from like
No.
the Gambinos down here in Florida?
No,
Never, huh?
no,
Okay.
No.
Cool.
no. I was the fucking mob in Florida. You know what
No,
I
I
mean?
know that. I
Yeah.
know that. I'm just
Them
saying.
guys don't want to. Trust me. Trust this. You didn't want no fucking problems with me in Florida.
Yeah.
I will fucking clean your fucking clock out. I will
There he goes
fucking.
again. The guy should have been a watchmaker.
Hey, there you go.
Take
Is that one of your businesses or? Nice.
But you didn't want no problem with me in Florida.
Gotcha.
But I didn't want no problem with them guys in New York.
Right.
Because they would clean my fucking clock
Oh,
out.
for
you
sure,
know?
bro. For sure.
But yeah, fuck.
So, let's cut to the chase. What was your downfall?
Power, money, bitches.
Everything. The whole
Pretty
kit,
much.
Everything.
The whole kit and caboodle, right?
Correct.
Okay. So, when did you get pinched?
2007.
2007.
Because I shot someone that was a part of my crew or was trying to be a part of my crew.
Gotcha.
He was an associate of my crew, and I shot him over $3,000, and I burned him alive inside of his vehicle. Yeah.
Well,
so that was your downfall.
That was my downfall.
That was your downfall.
That was your downfall. I had a few.
Yeah. Let's take a break right now, huh?
Huh? 4? No break, bro. We're going. We're rolling, bro. We're rolling.
Yeah.
I had a few guys that I was running around with that. They had their crew. They were called the Giannini crew.
Yeah.
And they burned. They actually shot 2 guys, and they thought that they were dead in the trunk. And when they opened up the trunk,
Yeah.
to douse him with fucking gasoline, the guy was still alive, so they clipped him in the head again, and then they.
Yeah, that's me. I shot Luke in the chest. I thought he was dead. We tried to burn him alive with a gallon of gasoline. We burned him.
Right.
To this day, this guy, his body is 47% third degree burned.
That's fucking deep, bro.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, do you have remorse about that?
Of course I do, man.
Yeah.
You can't.
Listen, I don't want to fucking stir.
Yeah.
But
we ain't gonna do that.
It's a tough conversation either way to have,
Yeah,
whether it's with yourself or somebody else. So.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sorry that you're really.
No, you're good.
You're good. But
good. But yeah, anybody that sits in this fucking chair and talks about taking a human life
and just like nothing, right? Yeah.
Trust me, if it's affected me every day of my life, man.
Could imagine, bro.
Every day of my life.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck how much gangster you are.
Yeah.
To take a human life, it's fuck with me, man.
Yeah. It's a heavy burden. Listen, it's a heavy burden.
And I try to kill this motherfucker.
Yeah, no,
I
know.
try to kill him.
Yeah. Well, in that heat of the passion, in that moment, he owes you fucking money. You're somebody.
Right.
And he just stepped that line, and you had to fucking do what you had to do.
Yeah.
You don't think at that moment,
Correct.
Especially like I said, being young, you do a lot of fucking whacked
crazy
out
shit.
Yeah, you do. You do some really crazy whacked out shit, and there's no remorse. I mean,
None.
I've shot a lot of people.
Yeah,
I
in the
told
butt.
Story. But
You shot him
that
in
was
the butt.
Yeah, that was my thing. I used to shoot people in the hip and the leg
Yeah,
and the ass.
I shot him in the fucking chest. You shot people in the fucking butt.
Yes, I wanted them to live. I wasn't trying to kill them. All right. But I had that one remorseful guy because he didn't have a coming.
I was trying to kill him. All right.
No, I know you were. I mean, I've tried to kill people too, but
In the butt.
that's just all hearsay.
In the fucking butt.
In the butt.
This guy.
Yeah.
He shot people in the fucking butt,
Hey,
for Christ's sake.
For all the people out there, I think John's a little anal. So let's so let me ask you.
Yeah,
After that situation, so you got arrested for that.
correct.
Okay. So how long were you facing for that? Attempted murder, the whole
Life. Yeah.
And I was here in Florida.
You were correct.
Yeah,
Yeah, they caught me in Mexico. Because I ran to Mexico. I was living in Mexico. They got me when I came across the border into Brownsville, Texas. Yeah.
Wow. So
You ever ran to fucking Mexico, Marco?
No.
You haven't.
No.
No, he never has, man.
Only in the movies. That's it.
Closest he's got is Tombstone.
I'm the fucking movie.
The closest he's got is Tombstone, Arizona.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah?
Yeah,
we went.
that's the only. We took a vacation.
Yeah, you took a fucking vacation. I took a fucking vacation to Matamoros, Mexico on an attempted murder fucking charge, Marco.
Well, I didn't go on any charges, so
So-
I'm still not going to Mexico.
So
though.
let me ask you, getting back to your childhood when you were a teen, were you around other people that were doing crime?
Of course.
Okay. So what was your pull? Like, what was it that pulled you? Like
I
with
don't know
me,
what you mean
with
by
me
that.
it was just I had
Was it
nobody
just
around.
like were you like for like what it was at the time? Like, did you have anybody around that like or did you not have anybody around, or like was it just
Were you trying
just
to
saw
emulate
money
somebody,
or did you was it just like did you look up to somebody that was in crime or
No, I looked up to Marco. Yeah, my nephew, Marco.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I looked up.
I wasn't even
He was
running
a
around
crime
then at
boss.
all. Like
Marco wasn't even running down his mom's leg at that.
Yeah.
like seriously.
Yeah, I looked up to him.
Yeah.
So I
had
wanted
a
to be
vision.
like Marco,
Yeah.
and I thought I could shoot and kill somebody and be like Marco. So that was my life. Yeah.
That's insane, bro. That kind of like just opened up a whole shit for me, and I'm reliving a lot of shit that I've seen. And there was one story that I've said a million times. I seen this guy just cold-bloodedly just fucking pull out a gun over a card game.
Yeah.
Shoot this guy 4 times in the chest, and it was so comical because
Right.
the guy had the
It was
Italian
so
accent.
calm, right?
Yeah,
It was so calm, so natural.
For him,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
throws the gun on the table, walks out.
Right.
This guy's doing his Italian thing, like, Minky, he shot at me in the chest, and you let him shoot at me, So we were just like, what the fuck? So we hightail out of that social club.
Right.
Of course,
Yeah,
3 days later.
and that's how I shot Luke. It was that natural. Like, I shot you. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. I almost took a human fucking life, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not proud of it.
Well, it's good that.
Well, look, it's good that you feel bad. You know, I'm not saying that like
it's good that I feel fucking bad, Marco.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, do you really want to sit there and be like, hey, I almost took a human life?
Listen, yeah.
No, you don't want to do that. Honestly, that's not right.
What you're saying is 100% genuine.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say, like, I know guys in the life, and they've killed people, and they're like, oh, I feel so fucking bad. And then there's guys that literally will be like, yeah, I didn't feel bad. Like, they're psychos. They're like, I didn't fucking feel bad. I shot him in the head.
I gotta feel
times.
bad. I'm John Poet fucking Thornton, baby. I'm the king of the fucking underground.
Yeah, and the king of the bathroom right now.
Hey,
king of the bathroom, yeah.
put your headphones on, John.
I'm joking.
Nah, I ain't gonna do it.
Okay.
Put your headphones on, John.
I ain't gonna do it.
You ain't gonna do it?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you some questions.
Okay. So, we're back from the piss break. So, is there anything you want to ask me? Because
Yes,
you've been
of
saying
course.
you want to ask me.
How'd you get involved in the mob in New York?
Okay, how I got involved? I grew up with a lot of Italian guys, and their dads were somebody, their uncles was somebody. They have this thing called summer kitchens, where it's in the basement. There's like a kitchen. They always eat there, but upstairs everything is like all nice.
What they eat there?
They used to make pasta. They used to make soup on Sundays.
Yeah, cheese pie?
No, that's a Serbian. So for all the people out there wondering what's going on, I told John. So this is how the whole little thing started with me and him. I was watching this. Was it Nelson Rodriguez?
Maybe.
Okay, whatever. This guy Nelson on YouTube's got this great crime show out of Miami, and so I was watching, and I was just very like intrigued. You know, I was just like, this guy doesn't give me the vibe of fucking a tough guy, but the way he's talking, I'm like, yo, he's talking some shit that you had to be in that fucking life.
Yeah.
And there's no fucking ands, ifs, or buts. You know, I was just like, yo, you know what? Let me check out, see if he's got an Instagram profile. He did. I sent the message. I said, here's my fucking show. Here's what I did. Look me the fuck up. And he got back to me mad quick. And we've been, you know, shooting the shit back and forth for a couple of days and, you know, BSing. And he came right out like, I think Friday I reached out to him. It's Sunday. He's here, and I told him I'm gonna make a little something to put out to eat. And he was just like, well, you know, joking like, oh, made guy needs to have some kind of food, this and that. I'm like, well, I'm gonna make you a Serbian delicacy. He's like, fuck that. I want this lobster, crabs, you know, whatever. I said, get crabs from women, not from me.
I don't like seafood. I don't like seafood.
So I said I was going to make him a famous Serbian dish called gibanica. I did a whole show on it. It's a cheese phyllo dough pie. So Turks have it. It's called burek. You know, Greeks have it. Turks have it. It's called bureki. Greeks have it. It's bureki. So I made it. He's busting my balls all this time going, what the fuck?
Can you hurry the fuck up here? Whoa. I'm trying to go home.
All right, dude, relax, man.
Don't worry, we're getting through it.
This guy wanted to do a 4-hour show, and he's cutting me short at 28 minutes, man. You know? So how I got involved in that life, now that I finished that, so watching these guys grow up, I see people coming and going. I see envelopes getting dropped off. So a few times, like, the old guys would be like, go wash my car, go do this, go deliver this bag, you know. And it started like that. I started stealing bikes and
bicycles.
I swear to God, BMX bikes, 10 speed.
Just starting out.
My fucking bike, bro.
Yo,
your dad stole my fucking bike.
Nah, you weren't in New York at that time.
What? 2007?
Yeah, I wasn't stealing bikes in 2007.
What the fuck, bro? Dude, you stole my fucking bike, bro.
I was stealing bikes in like fucking
You stole my fucking bike, man.
Bro.
You stole my fucking bicycle.
All right. So we're going to cut that out. So, and he wants to steal my dog. If he starts rattling off about a dog.
Dude, I'm not. Come on. All right. I'm stealing your fucking dog.
Yeah. So, all right. Yeah.
It's happening.
Last guy that stole from me got shot in the ass.
I'm getting shot in the ass.
Let me answer.
Hey, don't take the dog.
Let me answer my fucking question
dog.
for you. Let me answer my question for you. So my first thing that I did was, you know, a little piece of work. I'm not going to say what. And
why don't you say it? Are you afraid to say it?
I just
tell me about your little piece of work.
No, I'm not going to talk.
Why not?
Because I'm not going to talk about it. It is what it is.
I'm asking you.
No, I did a little something for somebody, and they liked it, and they were just like, you know what, be around. And as I started to go back to the Serbian community and doing my fucking dirt there,
did you bring a cheese pie to them? What? I'm just asking.
There's no way. Listen, there's no way I could ever do a serious podcast. This is just. I love it though, but. You know.
Did you bring a fucking cheese pie? This is
a perfect setting.
Look,
no, I don't think he brought a cheese pie.
Hey, John, you're horny?
I don't know if he brought a cheese pie.
You're horny, have a little head. Anyway.
Did he bring a fucking cheese pie, Marco?
Well, you asking Marco.
What the fuck?
Like, I know.
He wasn't even a
I wasn't
stain on the
around.
sheets.
Yeah, I wasn't even in the sheets at all. Like,
I'm just asking the kid. What the fuck?
oh, he didn't bring a cheese pie.
As I got a little older and I started doing some dirt, I knew to pay respect because I grew up seeing tribute. So,
what is tribute?
Tribute is tax.
Right. What is that? What is that?
Let's say, you give them a taste of your job. You give them a taste of what you're doing.
Right.
Your dirt. So, like if I was stealing cars and let's say I was getting $5,000 a car, $35 a car. So what I would do is I'd, put a little envelope. I'd move 3-4 cars. I'd bring them.
Yeah. Who would you pay that to?
Okay. So
who would that go to?
Okay. At that time, it was the Bananos in the neighborhood.
But who would the tribute go to?
I can't say the guy's name.
I'm not asking the guy's name.
Italians.
I know. Fuck. I already know that.
Okay.
I'm just saying, what I gave to your son tonight. Like I paid him a little tribute.
Okay.
The card.
Right.
Right.
Well, I don't think the mob would want a card from the St.
No,
Mark's
fuck
Hotel.
no. But he got the hotel card.
That's nice, but in the mob world, that would be like a slap in the face and be like, "You give me a fucking cut." This guy brought me a cheese pie. What the fuck, mean you?
I didn't even get the fucking cheese pie yet.
You'll get it. Relax.
What
We
the
have it in the
fuck?
back. Don't worry.
Relax.
What the fuck is this, man?
Hey, for being rude and interrupting because you can't hold your pee, I get to fucking be a little abusive.
This fucking guy, Marco. That's your kid.
That's my kid. Did you just say?
Yeah,
that's my son, right?
Yeah.
So
You never was a made guy?
you cannot get made if
Why
you're
not?
not Italian. You cannot get made.
What do you mean?
You can't get made.
There was made guys on my team.
They were associates. They were on record as an associate. There's no way you can get made in the Italian.
Either way, there was discrimination on that.
What?
So it's
You
like
can-
because
you can
he's
be
not
a high-
he's not one of them.
Yeah,
you
you
know what I
can-
mean? Like that's how
what
they
the
look
hell?
at it.
So
Yeah, it's like prison rules.
It's like this. Had I had my mom been Italian or
Yeah.
a quarter Italian,
Right.
they probably could make me.
Uh-huh.
But it's very rare because there's other guys that are full-blooded and they get made.
Would you want to get made?
Back then, I had a hard-on to get made. That's what I wanted. I really did. I really wanted to be somebody. What I didn't come to realize was that I was a somebody with the Serbians and the Eastern European crime. But that to me was just like, I grew up with Italians. I wanted to be with them. I wanted to be made. I was told like straight to my face, you're not Italian. You can put all the tassels and the horns in the car and the Italian flag. You're not a fucking Italian.
I want to know something before we end this.
Sure.
Actually, what made you a great father? What made you a great father? I want to know that because that's what I'm very impressed with you about.
Okay.
Is you're a fucking great father to this guy right
I
here.
appreciate
man.
that. Thank you very
Thank you.
much. That means
No,
a lot.
no.
That means a lot. to me.
You are.
Yeah.
So what made you do that? What made you leave that life of crime and be a great father to this fucking ugly ass kid?
All right. So what ended up happening was I didn't really leave that life.
Yeah.
I promised.
Did you ever see your dad do some crazy shit?
Yeah, he did.
Definitely.
Seen me
Definitely.
beat-
Dude,
talk
I was
about it.
Okay, what? You want stories from me?
Clickbait,
Because there's
yeah.
stories that I don't remember, but I was there.
Yeah.
Tell me-
Fucking tell us
You want,
fucking
you
story.
want me to tell you about how I was in
Tell
the
a
bassinet and you
fucking
were walking around? You know?
You
Tell
don't
a fucking
remember that.
story.
Yeah, I don't remember that, but apparently I was
Tell
there.
a fucking story,
Okay.
bro.
So
Tell him about how I
fuck?
knocked this guy out. In the
No,
car.
I
in
don't
the
want to
car-
hear that.
on the
I
way to
wanna
the
hear
doctor
about
or no?
A fucking
Okay.
crazy ass dope
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, I'll give you a dumb story right now. Like fucking
Let's
this guy,
go.
this guy almost crashed into like our car going fucking
Yeah, in the
whenever
back,
the hell.
yeah.
I still remember seeing like the guy going limp and like knocking a pole over, like a little like a street pole,
Like a
like lamppost,
6-inch pole,
like lamppost,
or
not a
5-inch pole.
No,
no, like
like a-
like one of those huge
what
ass
kind of
fucking light
pole?
posts. One of those huge light posts.
The light,
Uh,
light poles in the street.
I have a light pole.
Not that light pole, not the purple light pole. Okay, no,
Pole.
no,
How'd you
dude, I'm
know
talking
it's
about.
Anyway,
Anyways.
this is getting right.
Look,
really.
I'm talking. Look, let me
Alright,
tell you the
tell the
story.
story.
Let me tell you the story. So we're just going. I forgot where we were going.
We were in Astoria, Queens.
All right, we were in Astoria, Queens, for some unknown reason, going down a street, and he just fucking almost gets T-boned for no reason, because this guy is just being like a dick. I don't know
What do you
why.
do?
He just almost T-boned him. Like fucking, he stops. He's like, "Yo,
What the pops do?
nothing." He's just right going down the street. He checked his corners and everything. Fucking, New York drivers, they like to fucking crash first, ask questions later. So fucking, he gets out. He's like, "What's your fucking deal?" You know what I mean? Like, what's the problem? I got a kid in the back, and you're trying to T-bone my car, without consent. Like, what the fuck? That's not cool. He flips him off. He's fucking calling him slurs and shit. So he fucking, I don't know how this was the window space.
Yeah.
And like, you see his arm, right?
Yeah.
That shit, I don't know how he squeezed that shit in without any lube or anything, but that shit went through,
Lube?
knocked him
You use
out.
lube?
No, like, it did not fucking scrape him at all or anything. Knocked him the fuck out. He drove into the lamppost while knocked out. Everybody's losing their shit. He gets in the car, drives away.
What did you think?
What did I think? I'm like, why the fuck?
At this time,
I was like, I'm just sitting there. I'm like, 1, what happened? 2, why did my dad just help that guy go to sleep? 3, where the fuck are we going? Yeah. Like, I was like completely lost as a kid. Like, I didn't know that my dad would, for some reason, like to knock people out.
Right.
And I didn't understand it.
Yeah. Right.
I still didn't understand it because, like, after then, like, it wasn't really explained to me until later.
If I may ask this.
Yeah.
When was the first time you realized that your dad was a fucking gangster? When did you realize that? Like, when did it dawn on you?
When did it
like,
dawn? Or
this
because
guy
here's
is
the thing,
somebody.
there's been times where like I was a little confused and questioning like why, you know what I mean? Like why is he got like 30 uncles and fucking however the fuck people like that I don't know about that they're not related to me, but I'm supposed to call him uncle.
Uncle Poet.
Yeah, your Uncle Poet.
That's what
it's like back then I wouldn't question it, but like there has been times like that, and then there's time where he had to tell me because I overheard a conversation about some crazy shit going on.
Yeah, tell me about it. I want to know.
I mean, am I allowed to talk about that, or like,
let me tiptoe through that.
Okay.
So what ended up happening was
because
first time that he had a story. A friend of mine, he just did 18 years, and he came out of Fed, out of the system, and he got my number, and we started talking. I was on the phone with him for about 3 hours. At that time, Marco's in that age where he's 1 year on me, 1 year on the TV.
Right.
So he's watching SpongeBob or whatever he was doing.
Yeah.
But he was kind of like, looking like this. So I thought, I'm a little loud when I talk. I don't think he's going to make, like anything like any, 2 + 2 = 4. So I'm talking to this guy, and I said some shit about, we threw this guy in a trunk, and, and I was like, yeah. I go, and, we made him walk home naked and blah, blah,
Oh, wow.
blah, whatever. So I get upstairs, and Marco's showering, and I'm in the bathroom, and I'm like, Marco, don't forget to get the cracks and everything. Marco's like, yeah. So he's like, he used to call me Tata, which is dad in Serbian. He goes, hey, Tata, did you kill that guy that you threw? Tata,
yeah,
T-A-T-A.
Serbian word for dad.
Yeah. So he goes, Tata, that guy that you threw in the trunk, did you kill him?
Yeah, I asked him that. I don't know.
That?
What?
That's what he asked.
Yeah, that's what I said. I asked him straight like that.
Yeah,
like, did you kill him? And like, he's just fucking like,
my eyes bulged.
Right.
He's like, what? Like, he didn't expect that at all.
I turned the shower off. I started to dry him.
How did you feel though?
Here's the thing, like it's strange. It's strange, like to have a role model that you don't look at in that way.
Yeah.
Do some shit that, you know what I mean, like completely conflicts with it. So like it's like I'm having like a weird cognitive dissonance where it's like he's this soccer dad that doesn't really do any crazy shit.
Right.
And here he is doing crazy shit.
Right.
So it's like
there's moments.
It's like if it went on for like way longer than that, I would have been really confused, being like, so you knock people out, you do all this, you have 30 uncles, you whatever the fuck, you're making uncles. Where's this money coming from? Like, who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? I would have been way more confrontational about it, but like being that kid, I was like just sitting there like,
fucking
what's going on,
bro?
Like just what's going on?
Yeah.
And then he just had to tell me. Like, he had no choice after that.
When he asked me that question, like electricity shot inside of me.
Right.
And I started getting teary-eyed, and I had to say to my son, which I never thought I would say, I said, your dad was a bad man.
Wow.
Right.
And I started crying, and I said, your dad, and I started to say
because
something.
it was he didn't really want me to see that side of him. So I don't resent him for not. I don't resent him for not telling me.
Here's the thing, Marco. People in the life, like your dad and I'm gonna spill it out for your show right now. People in the life, we don't brag about it, man. We don't want you or how do I say
anybody
this?
that you care about.
We don't
to
want you to know what we're about.
That side, yeah.
We don't want it. We don't want it.
Yeah.
Right.
You are special to us.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know how much power your fucking dad weighs? Like, your dad's powerful. He's a powerful man. I am too.
You both are. I know. I don't doubt that. I don't resent. I don't resent him for that.
You are a prodigy to us.
Yeah.
You are. We want you to not live like we live.
100%. I've always said I don't want him walking in my shoes.
Right.
I've been given so many like fucking wake up calls.
You need to take the fucking dog out. All right.
No, not yet.
Not the dog I'm going to steal from you tonight, but
here we go with the dog again. Dog and cheese.
I'm stealing that fucking dog, bro.
That dog's staying, man. Look.
You want to go to a fucking war with me?
Over a dog.
I want to go to war with you, but I'm stealing
this isn't John Wick. We don't need to fight over a dog, okay? Yes. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
So when I had to sit there and tell my son that I was a bad person, and I started to cry, and my son goes, "Why are you crying, Tata?" I said, "I'm crying because."
Yeah, he was crying.
I said, "I don't."
It was a serious moment.
And I said, "One day I'm gonna have a talk with you." I said, "I did some really, really bad shit." So one day, I sat down and I said, "Next 2 hours, I'm gonna explain to you." And I said, "I did this.
That was where I got all the family lore right there. Like, just it all dropped on me. I was like, "Wow."
Really?
And I told him, I said, "If you have any questions, I will always answer them. If I can't answer it, and that's something that I did that I have to live with."
Yes.
I said, "You're born now," and the only thing that kept going through my head was that dude that I So that was bothering me, and I was just like, I went to go make my peace with God on that one,
That's your dad, bro.
Yeah.
What?
That's your fucking dad.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
I mean, there's stories that I told Marco that, like, hey, it's an everyday thing. And then people from that life started coming back into my life, like Frankie Fiordolino. So one day, shits and giggles, Frankie reaches out to me.
Right.
So he reaches out, and I told him, I said, if this guy calls me back right now, he left me a voicemail, I said, I'm going to put him on speaker. So I put him on speaker, and I said, "Hey, Frankie, remember the time you shot so-and-so? You remember when you did?" And he goes, "Oh, yeah, this and that." He goes, "Hey, where's Marco?" And I was like, "Marco's listening to you." He goes, "Don't listen to your dad. Uncle Frankie didn't shoot nobody." He goes, "Who you bullshitting? I've heard the story."
Uncle Poet. Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah. So
I'll give you a slap, all right?
So let me ask you, Poet. Let's try to get a little bit. I don't want it to be about me. It's
No.
The show's about you. So we touched on some stuff. You got a little, iffy and, not squeamish, but regretful. And this show is about redemption. My show is about redemption. It's because
100%.
I could talk about the shit that I did in the past. Yeah, I could laugh about it, whatever.
And you're a respected guy, bro. Your name on the street is respectable as fuck, bro.
Yes.
People like me look up to you.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much.
We have respect for you.
But I'm not in that life. I'm a father, and as you said,
right.
What made me do this for him?
Yeah.
And it was just I didn't want him walking in my shoes. Second, I didn't catch that break. I didn't have the dad. I didn't have the uncle. I had the wrong fucking role models. Yeah. I tried to be the perfect role model for him, as in, like, I don't talk to my dad, but I have to talk to my dad. He's a fucking alcoholic piece of shit, whatever, blah blah
that's
blah.
Me.
But I tell my son all the time, regardless, whatever he's fucked me up mentally, until he dies, I need to kind of like fucking,
This kid right here, this fucking kid right here, he's so fucking protected.
He's a good kid. He's never gonna know that life. He's gonna know of it.
You need to be a good earner or something.
No. Listen.
the whole him like doing
he's
like
a civilian. He's a listen. He's a civilian. He's a 9 to 5 guy.
9 to 5 guy.
9 to 5. Yep.
That's it, bro.
Well, what do you do?
Technically 8 to 4:30.
What do you do?
I work in technology.
Yeah. Well, what kind of technology?
IT. Like basically.
What?
What do you mean?
Tell
what?
me.
I'm telling you right now, I do help desk shit.
What?
You know what help desk is?
No.
Okay, people.
Well, tell me what it is.
So, like, you got this fucking shit going on, and, like, let's say somewhere there's some stupid shit going on, like the printer's not working, right? This is a classic one. I fucking hate this one, but the printer's not working. They submit a ticket. Ticket just goes to our shit.
And do you tell them, like, you know who my uncle is?
Yeah, I start fucking harassing the show. I'm like, do you know who my uncle is?
Do you know who my uncle is?
I really don't want to fucking do this right now. Fix your own shit, and I hang up.
Or if you have some crazy dick pics or tranny pics, he's the guy that gets rid of them for you.
That's the funny thing. I've actually seen those. Those were so fucking stupid.
Your dad likes trainees?
Not him. No, not him. I'm saying some people come in. Some people submit tickets. They come in, and then I saw on somebody's computer. I was like, dude, why are you not deleting
this? Do you say who your uncle is?
Would I say that after seeing the dick pic?
I'm just saying it, dude. I mean, you see a dick pic, you're like, you know who my uncle is? It's John.
Yeah, he may like that pic.
Don't worry, I'll make a copy of the ones I see.
This show has gone so fucking south. I think we should bring Trump in to be like, so John, tell me, John.
So John,
what was it like dealing blow?
I deported the Mexicans.
So John, you need to like start hiring non-Mexicans.
Dude, it's quite an honor to meet you in person.
Honor to meet you.
To meet you in person, man, it's truly an honor for me.
It's just I can't believe seeing you on YouTube that you're now.
Yeah. It's a little unreal.
Yeah.
Like imagine if you met like a celebrity. Like
I did. I just met you and your dad.
Well, that's
your dad's a fucking celebrity.
Yeah.
No, your dad.
Muchas gracias.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No, it's an honor for me to meet you. Yeah. For real. And to meet your son. I gave your son my hotel card.
Yep.
I mean,
So
no, it's quite an honor for sure. Yeah, let's wrap this shit up.
We will. So I just wanted to ask, what are you doing now?
Fucking concrete, bro. I shovel
Really?
concrete.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a reformed criminal. You know what I mean? That's what I do now.
Cool. And how do you feel?
Horrible.
Because of what you did, or horrible because you got to shovel concrete?
Because I have to shovel concrete, bro.
So fucking what, bro? Listen.
No, it's an honorable life. I don't have to worry about shit now. You know, before I had a,
But you had a vivid past. You had a
Right.
vivid past. You
Correct.
you made that mark on society, on
Correct.
the world,
Yeah.
in the area. You were somebody. It kind
Yeah.
of sucks to say were. You still
Right.
are somebody, but
No,
not
I
in,
ain't,
not
I
in
ain't
that.
shit, man.
No, you are. You
You are. You still are.
Listen,
You still got a name.
I
You still
am?
got a legacy.
Hey,
Yeah. You still got a
What?
legacy.
John,
Who am I?
you're
John Poet Thornton.
You're
That's
trying
who
to
you
do
are.
the
You know that.
redemption thing. So this is how you redeem yourself.
Kid, bro.
Yeah, I know. Listen, this is how you redeem yourself. So you do these shows and put the word out and tell these people
Yeah.
and tell them that they need to fucking hey, it was, all nice and fucking
This was all sunshine and rainbows, but it's not worth it in the end.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, at least however you look at it, or like you do some crazy things that you don't want to do, you can't go back from in that life.
like I said to him earlier, in the beginning between 18 and fucking let's say 27, those years are that's where you make your bones. That's where
Yeah.
most of these murders are committed, most of the fucking art.
We had it made, brother. I mean,
yeah.
the connections we had,
Yeah.
nobody was fucking with us.
Yeah.
Right.
Fuck with us, please. You're not going to. You will end up fucking dead if you fucked with us.
Yeah. Those
For real.
Yeah, no.
You are not fucking with us.
Yeah,
Period.
those days were golden. Late 80s, 90s.
Yeah, you were not
90s
fucking
were
with us.
explosive.
You were not fucking with us.
Right.
If this motherfucker made one phone call, your ass would be
those
dead.
days are gone. That phone call shit doesn't fucking apply no more.
People don't know that.
Yeah,
but
and nobody's do or die. Nobody's got
yeah.
respect anymore.
I got it on my chest.
There you go, bro. There you go.
But they don't get it. They don't get it. And it's such an honor for me to sit in your house, be with your son, meet your son.
I appreciate it. It was great. It was great meeting you.
What a stand-up guy, man.
And we're gonna go do the cheese pie because
Nah,
he's
fuck
fucking
that. I ain't
starving.
eating that shit.
Yeah, you
I ain't
are.
fucking eating no
Take
cheese
some home with
pie,
you,
bro.
Yeah, you're gonna eat cheese
All
pie.
right, we'll take
You're
it
gonna
home.
love it.
Yeah, at least.
You're gonna love
but-
it. Believe me.
No, it's such an honor to meet you and what you've been through in life and the person you are, man.
Yeah, thank
Just
you.
the person you are.
I
And
appreciate it.
you raised this fucking kid.
Yeah.
This guy. What a special honor for me to sit in this chair, man.
I really appreciate that because this is what I live for right now. I have my family. I have my fiance. We're going to be married soon.
All right, I'm going to talk to your wife. I don't think she likes me, but I'm going to talk to her.
She likes you. You just got to stop fucking saying you're going to steal her fucking dog.
Yeah, I'm going to steal her fucking dog, bro.
So, but yeah, this is what it's about for me. When people walk up to me in the gym and they say, "Hey,
Yeah.
I've seen for 6 years you're training this kid.
Right.
Fucking, I'm impressed. You're a great dad." That means the world to me.
No, you're phenomenal, man.
I appreciate that.
You're phenomenal. No, truly.
I appreciate that.
From your fucking, I'm just blown away by your life. Like,
Thank you.
former gangster,
Yeah.
raised a great kid,
Thank you.
Thank you.
raised a great fucking kid, man.
Thank you.
Just the retribution you have,
Yeah.
and you raised this ugly motherfucker,
Yep.
and now you get to talk to me. It's cool.
Yeah, it is. It is. This was our first ever interview, folks. I pray to God you guys like it.
Horrible.
I'm gonna do a lot of fucking editing. So let's cut the show.
Let's
cut
go.
The show.
John
So,
Poe, baby.
hold on a second. So
Yeah.
You want to do the outro?
hit the like,
Comment down below.
subscribe,
Hit that notification bell so you don't miss us.
share our videos,
Don't tag us. This is not fucking Instagram.
and thank you for joining us with John the Poet Thornton.
Fuck
on the
this
Move
kid.
On Show.
Fuck this kid.
What did I do?
So we leave you with peace.
Fuck this kid. Fuck this kid.
Emotional damage.